Hey everyone, my name is Angela Petrilli and I am thrilled to announce the AFX Pro EQ Mini by Fishman. Here we have the AFX Pro EQ Mini. This pedal offers quality preamplification and equalization specifically catered to the acoustic instrument. So let's go ahead and get started and get the perfect input for our acoustic instrument. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this pedal on by clicking the button there. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna get our input level set. I'm gonna go ahead and play as loud as I'm going to play. And notice how the light is red. We are looking for a blinking yellow light here. So, got it set. Let's go ahead and push that level up until we get that blinking yellow light. So notice how it was blinking yellow. We're gonna dial it back here. We're gonna find that perfect setting. I'm gonna strum as loud as I can. Let's see if it stays red. So we found our perfect input level and you're ready to go. For the Pro EQ Mini, we have 4 tone controls: bass, mids, treble, brilliance. So now I'm gonna give you 4 tone examples utilizing the Pro EQ Mini. So Pro EQ Mini is engaged. Let's go ahead and play a few bars. So if we notice here, we've got great brilliance and treble. Those are really up high. Why do we have them set that way? Really want to make sure that the delicate and shimmering finger picking style really cuts through a mix and sounds nice and bright. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead, turn this off. We're going to A/B. So here it is without the Pro EQ Mini. And here it is with the pedal engaged. So now we have the mid cut. A lot of times with acoustic guitar, what are we doing? We're fighting the mid range, right? With the Pro EQ Mini, we have the ability to move that around and really find that sweet spot. So now I'm gonna play for a second here without the pedal engaged. Now let's go ahead and turn the pedal on. We notice that the guitar sounds a lot more natural and expressive. So for our next tone example, we have the strummer. We're in the groove, we're playing rhythm, we're having a lot of fun. So on the Pro EQ Mini, we're gonna bring up the high end, so the treble and the brilliance, and we're gonna bring down those mids just a scooch. So here's what it sounds like with just some fun, simple chords. So there it is there with the EQ on. Let's go ahead and turn it off so we can hear the difference without. Here we go. So as you can see, once we put this back on, notice how we hear a lot of that shimmer and a lot of that brilliance, right? Let's go ahead and hear it. So finally, we have the mix cutter here. It's really gonna allow the acoustic to cut through the mix. How many times have we been playing an acoustic in a band and it's really hard to hear ourselves? Bumping up the treble is really gonna allow you to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and play just for a second here without the pedal engaged. Now with the pedal engaged, now, this sounds really cutting, right? And it's got a lot of bite to it, but this is done on purpose here. When we're playing live, we need those frequencies as we're cutting through the band so we can be heard and things sound really, really level. Feedback, we've all dealt with it. Playing live, it's a pain in the butt. So with the Pro EQ Mini, there's something that really helps us with this. It's called the low cut. So where does that feedback really come from? It comes from those really low frequencies, right? We've all heard that rumble before when we know that the feedback's about to happen. So I got this in drop D, and I'm gonna play this low note. We're gonna try and get that feedback, and then we're gonna try and take it away with the low cut. So here we go. We're fighting off feedback thanks to the low cut here on the Pro EQ Mini. Another feedback fighting power that we have in the Pro EQ Mini is the phase invert. We're gonna keep it in the most simple terms here. Phase is the wavelength, right, of our sound. So what the phase inverter does is just flip it. So if we're getting feedback in this wavelength, all we're gonna do is we're gonna flip that wavelength. So I've got the pedal engaged. And say right here, there's a little bit of feedback. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press down the button here. I'm gonna hold it down for 3 seconds. So you're gonna wait for the red light to turn back on. So here we go. And the red light is back on. So that wavelength just inverted it. So here we go. Say you're on stage, that may help from having feedback to not having feedback. So again, listen to your ear with this, and whichever one sounds best to you is gonna sound great and you're ready to rock. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about true bypass. So if we flip this here, you'll go ahead and see that at the top here, right by the 9VDC input. So right here, you can choose to either go through true bypass, or you can feel free to use the buffer. Another capability from the Pro EQ Mini is a dual audio path. We could find that here. What this does is it allows 2 different signal chains to go through the pedal. And by using this, you can choose which ones you want to apply. To check out the Pro EQ Mini and all the other pedals in the AFX lineup, be sure to visit fishman.com.